Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Shobha and I am a trained counselor, and I am interested in living a more aligned life. And one of my pet topics is psychology and why we do what we do, so that we can have a better understanding of ourselves and also so that we can live our life in the best possible way that we choose to. Also, having said that, if you are listening in, you can probably hear a dog barking in the background. It's not my dog. It is not even the dog that is living in my block. It is the dog living 2 blocks down, but it is having an episode today. And I think it's having a fight with somebody else. So, dogs, birds, people banging things upstairs. I've chosen the most quiet time possible where everyone's at work so that I could film this, but as usual, things are not going as planned, which is kind of the way life turns out anyway. So I apologize for the background noise, but please do stay tuned because today's topic is how to build confidence and how we can go about doing that. So stay tuned. There is a peculiar misconception about confidence that almost all of us inherit without ever questioning it. We imagine confidence as a destination. We tell ourselves, one day, when I am confident enough, I'll apply for that job. I'll start the business. I will speak up in meetings. I'll make new friends. I will finally begin. But inside that sentence is a dangerous assumption that confidence comes first. And psychology suggests something very different. Confidence is very rarely the entrance requirement. It is the reward. Think back over your own life. Perhaps there was a time when you felt completely at ease at school. You knew your friends, you knew your teachers, you know the unwritten rules. Then graduation arrived, and you suddenly found yourself in an unfamiliar workplace where everyone seemed more experienced than you. Years later, you became competent in your career. Then you got promoted, and once again, you felt like you had no idea what you were doing. Perhaps becoming a parent brought another wave of uncertainty, or starting a business, or moving to a different country. It's almost as if confidence has a habit of disappearing every time life introduces us to a new chapter. And at first glance, this feels really frustrating, but perhaps it reveals something profound about the way human beings learn. We often think confidence is something we carry with us wherever we go. In reality, confidence is remarkably contextual. You may feel completely relaxed presenting to colleagues you've worked with for years, yet become extremely anxious when strangers are in the room. So you might be an exceptional doctor who freezes at the thought of public speaking, a gifted musician who dreads networking events, a confident parent who feels completely lost when beginning a new career. The confidence didn't disappear, the context changed. Every new environment asks a new question. Can I cope here? And until your mind gathers enough evidence, it answers with uncertainty. And this brings us to one of the most helpful ways of understanding confidence. And this is known as the learning zone model, developed by Luckner and Nadler. Luckner and Nadler, I'll put it down below. The model proposes that we tend to move through 3 psychological spaces. The first is the comfort zone. Ironically, the comfort zone is not called that because we're always happy there. Sometimes we're bored, sometimes we're restless, sometimes we are deeply dissatisfied, but we are familiar with that zone, and familiarity gives the brain something it values above almost everything else: predictability. Our minds are prediction-making machines. Every day they are quietly asking, do I know what happens next? If the answer is yes, very little learning is required. The brain conserves energy. It follows well-worn pathways. Life feels manageable because very little is uncertain. This is why people can remain in jobs they dislike, relationships that no longer nourish them, or routines that quietly drain their spirit. Not because they're happy, but because they're predictable. Human beings often tolerate familiar unhappiness more easily than unfamiliar possibility. Now comes the place where confidence is actually built. Luckner and Nadler call it the stretch zone. Notice they didn't call it the confidence zone because confidence doesn't exist here. Well, at least not yet. The stretch zone is psychologically uncomfortable because it asks something difficult of us. It asks us to become beginners again. And there is something profoundly humbling about being a beginner. As children, we are expected not to know. As adults, we quietly expect ourselves to be competent. So when we struggle, we often mistake the discomfort of learning for evidence that we are failing. But those are not the same thing. Feeling uncertain doesn't mean that you are incapable. It often means your brain is doing exactly what it is designed to do when encountering something new. Every awkward conversation, every failed attempt, every presentation that didn't quite go as planned, every interview that left you replaying your answers all the way home. These moments feel uncomfortable because they expose us to vulnerability, and vulnerability is rarely welcomed by the ego. Our instinct is to escape it as quickly as possible, to retreat back into the comfort zone where our identity feels intact. Yet each time we remain in the stretch zone long enough to learn, adjust, and try again, we quietly teach ourselves something extraordinary. Not that failure disappears, not that fear vanishes, but that neither of them is fatal. Over time, uncertainty becomes less threatening, not because the world becomes safer, but because we become more capable of meeting it. Eventually, what once felt terrifying becomes ordinary. Driving a car, leading a team, speaking to an audience, the very things that once filled us with self-doubt become part of who we are. And here's the beautiful irony. The moment something becomes comfortable, it is no longer stretching us, which means growth quietly invites us forward once again. This is why confidence never feels permanent. Life keeps introducing new stretch zones, new relationships, new responsibilities, new dreams, new versions of ourselves. Perhaps confidence isn't something that we're meant to hold on to forever. Perhaps it's something that we're meant to rebuild again and again, each time life asks us to grow. So if today you find yourself feeling uncertain, awkward, or completely out of your depth, resist the temptation to see it as evidence that you're not ready. Perhaps you're standing exactly where confidence begins. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share this video. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.
If you spend any time online, you've heard it a million times. It's the universal sign-off, the creator's mantra. Like, share, subscribe. We hear it so often it's just kind of become background noise, right? But what if I told you those three little words aren't just a polite request? They're actually a powerful set of commands that literally shape the internet you experience. So let's just put it all together one more time. Liking is your vote for quality. Sharing is your tool for expansion. And subscribing is your act of community building. Every single click has a distinct and vital impact on the digital world we all live in. So, the next time you hear that familiar sign-off, remember this. You are not just passively watching something. You are an active participant. You are a curator, deciding what content deserves to be seen. You're an amplifier, giving it a bigger voice. And you're a patron, supporting the creators that you really value. So remember, your clicks have real weight. They actually shape the internet that we all share. They can elevate an unknown artist, they can spread a vital idea, or they can build a global community. You hold that power in your hands. The only question left is, now that you know the code, how are you going to use it?